Hello, dear Sages. I am Jamie Dawn, your revolutionary astrologer, bringing you your November 2021 horoscope. This is if you have your sun, moon, or rising sign in Sagittarius. I'm placing it on your first house. So that means your 12th and first house is emphasized. A few of you Sages are going to be celebrating a birthday after around the 21st, 22nd, and into the month of December. So excited for you. So happy birthday. Let's talk about what this month may hold for you. And realize it is a generalized reading and interpretation, but you'll most likely feel some of these influences as Scorpio is energizing that 12th house. We've got a new moon on November 4th, and with the sun and the moon canoodling in that 12th house, it could drive you really deep into some, we'll say, psychological depths, spiritual depths, some even doing some really good dream work, possibly. May make you want to retreat, withdraw, maybe really super sensitive. Could be good in the sense that sometimes that sensitivity, especially Sagittarius who have this wonderful ability to be optimistic and always looking for a good time, life of the party kind of thing. This could be a time where the new moon energizes all of that, but we do have a square going on with Saturn and then the opposition to Uranus at that time. So it could create some tension, most likely on an outside source. This means that your 12th, 3rd, 6th, and 9th houses are active here. And at this new moon, you may really go deep within because there's an external circumstance that shows up that may be with a health issue, maybe your daily routine. There could be somebody that disturbs that, but it could be a good thing because some of you Sagittarius who are single are going to be meeting somebody this month, and you may keep it really private. But in the meantime, it does change your daily routine, or you're going to have to plan and you're going to have to research and you're going to have to figure out, how do I get maybe somebody to watch my child, or how do I rearrange my work schedule because maybe I've been working so much I haven't created space for a new relationship. It is possible too that some of you may take on, or at least be talked to by an authority figure this month that says, hey, I want you to take on more responsibility. I'm going to increase your income. So if you've been looking for ways in which you can get that promotion, this is a great month for you to do that. And this new moon can offer an opportunity for you to play around with that. With Saturn squaring off with this new moon in your second house, it may cause you to let's just say you get approached by a boss that says, I want you to take on more responsibility and do more things with your role and all of that. But with Saturn, there's restrictions, there's rules you have to play by, and you may need to research it before you say yes. But we have Venus moving into Capricorn on the 5th. So right after this new moon, that's going to emphasize this second house. And so you will most likely take a very serious approach to your finances, to your resources, the things that you own. And you may take on this new responsibility and play by these rules, even if these rules are not exactly what you enjoy. You may do it anyways because it makes practical sense. And if you look at it from that bigger picture, which you can do easily, that over a series of months, time, all of that this could be a good payoff. And you can always revisit the agreement that you start with. If you're starting a new job, or you increase your income, let's say you start a new role, you get that promotion, you want to look at it from that bigger picture. I venture to say a lot of you Sagittarius are probably going to take on more responsibility over the next few months, but that's going to add to your resume, or it's going to add to your bottom line. It's going to give you the capability to be able to expand your lifestyle so that you can be of greater service, so that you can offer your gifts to the world and just be the better version of yourself. Now, Mercury enters enters Scorpio right after Venus enters Capricorn, and that further emphasizes your 12th house, probably activating, you've already been thinking about it for a while, something that you want to just dive into really deeply around the spiritual nature. Maybe there's something taboo or what you would normally avoid, you may be more open-minded to during this time. And so the conversations that you have within yourself then become really deep and meaningful. They may also, it is possible with 12th house activation here, there's some fears and insecurities that may show up for you to face. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they're real, because we know the acronym of fear is false evidence appearing real. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a real thing, but you may have to wrestle it, wrestle around with it for a little bit. Especially, I'm going to speak to single Sagittarius. If you're looking to get in the dating world, let's say the new moon activated, I'm ready to change my routine for a partner. Well, you may have set some intentions about who you want to partner with, and Venus and Capricorn can draw to you somebody who, like in your neighborhood or somebody close to you that may be a little bit older, a little bit different than you would normally go for. And Mercury and the new moon and the sun and Mars are going to be in that 12th house, stirring up maybe some things of like, maybe I'm not good enough for them, because second house has to do with values and self-worth as well. So you may be wrestling around with, am I good enough? Am I going to be able to show up for somebody else? Can I show up for myself, right? Or it may be there's some sort of health issue, because we're working on that new moon with that opposition in your 6th house. Maybe there's something health-wise that you need to get started. I know for a lot of us women, we have this mentality of like, yeah, maybe I'm overweight. Maybe I'm not that perfect model or whatever, right? And you're like, I need to get a new regimen, a new routine together so that I can look ready for that mate. No, it is possible. Those of you who are coupled, I will speak to that this particular beginning of November will have you researching ways in which you can offer your energy, offer your spiritual nature, maybe that more intuitive side of yours to benefit the relationship, maybe to make some decisions and find solutions to something that you guys are building together over time. There may be some form of physical possession that you want to purchase. You're ready to maybe buy a new car, or you want to build a business together. That's a very possible, but you're not ready to leave your corporate 9-to-5 air quote kind of job yet. So you want to put a plan together. So maybe you and your partner are researching what's the best business that we can start and that we can do together. So these are the kind of things that you may be wrestling with, but the fear, the Mars Mercury canoodle with squaring off with Saturn and the moon, November 10th, that could stir up a little bit of that, like, will I actually be able to accomplish it? This is a big task to take on. How do I actually do it? And you may also find that as you roll up your sleeves and you really get into the tension of it, that it's like, okay, I need to make sure that I build this, as they say, eat the elephant one bite at a time. I build the structure from the foundation up. Now, with Saturn and the moon canoodling around this time, it can have a feeling of disappointment or a feeling of heaviness here in that 3rd house. It could cause you to maybe have some of that negative self-talk. So be careful about that. However, if you use it in the way which you channel the tension and you channel this energy, it can let you have some good conversations, maybe with people who are an expert in the business or people who are an expert in that field. And that can allow you to gather information, which we know information is power these days. Now, there is a partial lunar eclipse happening on November 19th, further emphasizing that 12th and 6th house. However, this is a eclipse which usually offers finality. And with a finality in that 12th and 6th house, it may be that you've wrestled around with solutions, you've done the research, you've got the expertise, you've talked to the mature person who knows what they're doing, and now you can finally have the answer to a problem that you've been seeking, or you have that feeling. Maybe some of you are just that, kinesthetic feeler that says, now I know deep inside of me that everything is going to be okay. And this also could be an opportunity for you to let go of an old health issue that now you feel like you can get back on track, and you really have an opportunity to just strengthen and move forward in your daily life. Now, also, there is a possibility here that you'll see coworkers leave. It may be that there's something in your everyday routine, ritual, that sort of thing that changes during this time. Here's just a silly little example, but it's true. Some of you may, if you've done, let's say, dental work, right, like braces or the Invisalign, it may be that you finish your regimen on that. That is one way that 6th and 12th house can be activated at this time. I know it sounds silly because we all just want to talk about relationships and money and all those things that just make us happy. Now, here's something that will make you happy. If there is a relationship that has not been serving you, that has felt toxic, heavy, that just doesn't have the contribution that you're looking for, it's not feeding your soul, it's draining you, this lunar eclipse gives you the opportunity to let it go, to transition it into something else, and to truly transform who you are. November is a transformative month with Scorpio. Sun moves into your sign November 22nd, and then Mercury follows suit 2 days later. So that makes you really shine. When the sun is in your sign, you just feel hopefully more energized, more alive, more positive, and you can anticipate that that life really can love you. And you may start thinking about ways in which you can expand who you are. And some of you may offer your gifts. Maybe you've been working behind the scenes. You took some time out in November to retreat and just refuel and recharge. And now you're ready to step on the stage and go, here I am. Here's something I do really well, and I want people to see it. Some of you Sagittariuses are going to be teaching, you're going to be taking on a course, you're going to be on a stage literally talking and encouraging others to be inspired by you. And this may be a time where I know it's the holiday season, but you'll still be looking forward to how do you increase your influence and your leadership. So this puts you in an influential time. Use it wisely. Some of you may be writing like an article or a book, and then you get to, maybe you launched it in October for the holiday season, and now you get to reap some of those benefits. Venus will be sextiling Mars November 28th, around that time, activating that 2nd and 12th house. This tells me opportunities for you to reap the benefits of what you have transformed and the things that you have put out there over the last couple of months, and you can feel truly that life does love you. And I will also say, talking about relationships, because we want to always focus on that in these videos for you, is that if you are single and you started a relationship in November, this may be a time where you actually start sharing, like with your closest friends and family. And it's like, I really like this person, and I think there is a future here because we just really enjoy each other's company and our values line up, and the way in which we interact, it just feels really easy. This also gives you a chance with that 2nd and 12th house to escape, maybe get away. So if you've been planning for a little getaway trip, it's a good time for you to do that towards that end of the month, first part of December. Also, if you are in a bonded relationship, this is a time for you and your partner to have some holiday cheer, to throw a party, maybe even get out of town and have a little destination fun. So definitely make some plans in the month of November to do that. Research it. That's the thing about November for you, is that it's a time for researching and archiving and facing certain fears that you may have that you can finally put to rest and say, wait a minute, I'm worthy because I have breath. And what's the worst that can happen? I'll make a decision. We'll adjust along the way. Also, one other pin on the map for the single Sages, please just have fun. If you're dating, if you decide to get into that dating pool, just see it as an opportunity to be able to get to know another individual and just have some fun. Don't take it too seriously. You are really good about being able to see that optimistic side. Use it well. I will say one other little pin on the map for you. for all, as a generalized statement for Sagittarius, some of you may find that new long distance relationships are activated in the month of November and December for you. And that's a good thing because it allows you to feel more connected to the greater whole, which I think is something else that will become more important for you as you continue to grow and evolve and mature. One final thing I'll say, Venus will be in Capricorn for a couple months. So you have the opportunity to really hone in on your worth and your value. And you want to know what people value, notice what they own, notice where they spend their time, money, resources. And for you, it's about getting really clear. Where do I want to spend my time, money, and resources? Does it make me happy? Does it bring out the best in me? And that includes relationship. So just saying. And we do have an eclipse, the last eclipse in your sign in December, wrapping up the Gemini Sagittarius eclipse season. So don't worry, if you miss the 19th partial eclipse, you'll get a chance to do it again in December. I'll talk about it on those videos for you as well. All right, Sag, I hope that this really helps. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and come find me at jamiedawn.com. Have a great month.